Okay, I'm here at my preferred west field, which is much more open, although I see the grass is quite grown up over there now. Get a small plane in that, it might be hard to find. Almost no wind, so I'm going to try some new things. This is the Hubsan Spyhawk, which I bought at a swap meet over the winter. It has its own special little controller here. I can't say that I have a lot of faith in this, to be perfectly honest. Oh, well, it's picking up the feed from the camera in the plane, at least. I see it's trying to level itself. Okay, right, left, up, down. This is designed for FPV. Now, I believe it says that if I press enter, it's supposed to start recording, and I've put an SD card in. I had trouble getting the SD card in, and I'm not deeply confident in the whole thing, but let's see. Well, I don't see any particular sign that that did anything. No, I don't see any sign that did anything. Do you? No. That's the SD card there. I'm not sure whether it's really in properly or not. Whoops. Now we seem to have buggered things up. If it's not one thing, it's another. Let's try turning it on and off again. I don't know. Why do I bother with these things sometimes? Oh, now I can't get the stupid... Let's try again. Now try. Okay, well, I don't know. It seems like I can vaguely get it to bind to the plane, but... Oh. Well, I thought it said if I pressed enter it would start recording. What it seems to have done is gone to some kind of menu. God knows. I don't know whether we're achieving anything or not. Well, you know what this thing does have. Sorry. The transmitter. Oh, for goodness sake, now it's... The whole thing is very iffy. No, I was going to put my strap on, if I can do that without messing up the camera. Because that way... Okay, I can... I don't know. See, I mean, I'm getting a feed from that. There's no way I'd try and fly the thing FPV from that little whatnot, but anyway. But whether the recording thing's working and whether anything else works, I don't know. Oops, sorry. Whoops, did not get it up quickly enough. It tends to dive. It tends to dive. Whoa. Oh, it definitely does tend to dive. It just wants to go into the ground. Oh, I don't know. The bloody thing just seems to want to go into the ground, whatever you do with it. Whoa, now I broke the wing. Ha! Or knocked it off anyway. Well, because I don't seem, no, I think it just knocked it off. Whoops-a-daisy. Oh dear. I don't know. I can't get the thing to go up. It just seems to want to dive into the ground as soon as you launch it. I don't know. I most certainly do not know. I don't know. Okay. I think we got the wings back on there. But I don't know. I can't seem to get the thing to fly. That's the problem. Well, part of the problem is that the axis of the motor is so high that if you give it power, it tends to... Oh. Well, this isn't getting us anywhere, is it? Okay, I've got the servos connected again and the wings put back on, but I am not optimistic about getting this thing to fly. It does not seem to want to fly. I mean, all its bits are connected, but it just seems very keen. It just seems very keen on diving into the ground. Oops. Yeah, see, I give it up elevator and it just goes into the ground. I cannot get it up. I cannot get the thing up, no matter what I do. Trying to give it a bit of up trim. I don't know whether that will help or not. I don't know. No, I mean, look at it, you know, it doesn't want to fly. It just, whatever you do, it just drifts into the ground. No, I don't know. Oops. It also seems to have, its camera seems to have buggered up now as well. Well, not surprisingly, it's got crap all over it apart from anything else. I don't know. Okay, hang about. I turned off the auto stabilization. I don't know whether that'll help any. Well, seemed a teeny bit more hopeful, didn't it? things keep falling off. I turned off the auto stabilization, pressed the exit button which turns off the auto stabilization. So I'm now trying to... No, I mean it's... Oh, now that's fallen off as well. This apparently was a lemon. It just won't fly. It's like the boat that won't float, it don't fly. Oh, I don't know. I think that's come off now. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Well, that ain't getting us anywhere, is it? Okay, so my attempts with the Hubsan Spyhawk got me absolutely nowhere. I can't get the blithering thing to fly at all, which surprises me. I wouldn't have been surprised if things like the video recording didn't work properly, but usually these little things with stabilization fly pretty reliably, so I'm a bit surprised I couldn't get it. But I couldn't. It just plummeted into the ground every time I tried to launch it, and I couldn't get it to do anything else. So this is the other thing I bought from a swap meet during the winter. This is a Salto powered glider. I'm afraid I've got rather too much wire there, but now the question is, this thing seems to get it has a V-tail, which I'm not very comfortable with, and it seems to have, even on high rates, very little movement, which worries me. And it has this thing where the motor pops up. See? And then it goes down again. I don't know. This worries me as well. I've got an 1800 milliamp hour 3-cell battery in, because that's what they said to put it in. I did not get a battery with it. So I put this battery in again. It's not going to take off the ground, I don't think. Well, we can try and see if it'll run on the ground, but I doubt it. No, it's not going to run on the ground, is it? No. Oh, famous, that's what it takes off. No, I didn't really think it... I didn't really think it would. It's heavy. It doesn't feel light at all. Oh dear. I wish I had someone to help me for something like this. Oh, buggering hell. Another one crashing into the ground. Oh, we're not doing very well today, are we? Not doing well at all. Well, I mean, it is kind of nose heavy, but I don't know. Oh, for Christ's sake! I hate hand launching things that try to dive into the ground. Well, and it doesn't help that it has very little elevator control, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, I really don't. There's no way it's going to run along the ground, eh? Well, and with a high-mounted motor like that, the problem is, even if you could get it to run along the ground, it's very hard to launch anything with a high-mounted motor because the motor's pushing it down all the time. Well, we're not really getting... this is a sort of ducted motor, so it's kind of protected fairly much against your fingers, but I don't know. We're just not getting anywhere today, are we? Well, I don't see, there's nowhere else I can put the battery, really. Nope. I don't think, I don't know. Just having the same problem, I can't stop the thing. I cannot stop the thing diving into the ground. It just wants to dive into the ground all the time. Whoa. Oh, yep, nope. So I have two planes that will do nothing but plummet into the ground, basically. Well, that's not encouraging. I have two planes I bought in the winter and I can't get either of them to do anything except plummet into the ground. Well, I mean, it does look as if it's got ridiculously little elevator control, but... which can't help. Oh well. I don't know, I give in, I guess. I don't know what else to try. Well, I'm having a very disappointing morning so far. Neither of the new things I bought over the winter will fly. They both just plummet into the ground, and it's getting hot now. I'm sweating a lot because it's really seriously warming up now. It must be about 30 degrees already. I don't know. And now now my glasses are getting messed up so I can't see. This is not good, of course, for flying. If you can't see a plane, you can't fly it properly. Anyway, so I did bring something, fortunately, that I know flies, unlike these new things that just plummet into the ground. This should fly. I don't know, for some reason the... Okay.
Throttle cut off. Throttle cut on.
This is the good old Sport Cub, not the new whatchamacallem. They have a new one now with GPS Safe Plus in it, GPS homing and all that sort of stuff. But that is not this one. This is just the old one. In fact, I bought it as a plug and play. It's a Parkzone plug and play, and it's got an orange receiver in, I think, this one actually, with some sort of rudimentary AS3X like 3-axis stabilization, which doesn't, to be honest, seem to do much to me. Oops. Sorry. Beg your pardon. Doesn't do any harm. But I can't tell the difference between turning it on and turning it off, frankly. Okay, give him a
Take
little...
off flaps. Flaps up.
So the flaps seem to be doing anything.
Landing flaps. Flaps up. Take off flaps. Landing flaps.
Flaps
Flaps
don't...
up.
The flaps don't seem to be working. God, we're not having a good day today. The ailerons are working fine. Yeah, the other control surfaces are all working, but I can't get the flaps to...
Take off flaps. Landing flaps.
Nope, they don't seem to be showing the slightest sign of wanting to do anything.
Up.
Oh, well, we can fly them without flaps. I don't know why the flaps are not working. They worked before. I've flown this many times, and the flaps worked fine before.
Landing flaps.
Nope.
Flaps up. Landing flaps. Flaps
Nope.
up.
I don't hear any sign that the servo's doing anything. Maybe the servo just died or something.
Throttle cut off.
Oh, famous. The grass is a bit long. Having a little bit of trouble going through the grass there. I don't know, it's just not a morning for things working, because it's, you know, it's after the winter. This guy's been sitting at... But last time I flew him last year, I'm sure the flaps worked. Why they've just randomly decided to stop working now, I don't know. Whew, and it is hot already. It's seriously hot already. I am really sweating severely.
Time remaining 6 minutes.
Well, at least unlike those other new things, at least immediately it takes off. Well, I know this guy does. And the bugs, I didn't put bug repellent on either, and the bugs are coming out now and attacking me. If it's not one thing, it's another. He doesn't have a terrific amount of power, this guy. I believe they kept the same power system, though, even in the new version. I thought, you know, they'd take the opportunity to put an upgraded power system in, because it's not very strong, this power system. It's fine for me. I'm quite happy with it. I'm not complaining. But, you know, since they were bringing out a new version... Oh, I don't know. Now my glasses are misting up. I don't know. This is just not working well today.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
Now I can't see well because I'm getting condensation on my glasses, which is never good. Got no flaps because they're not working. If it's not one problem, it's another. No, I'm losing vision here because my glasses are just progressively steaming up. So I think we have to abandon. We have to abort, I think, because I don't want to have... I don't want to become blind while I'm trying to fly the thing. And I'm losing my vision because of the heat and the humidity is causing my glasses to steam up. Well, this isn't very effective, is it? As a morning. The two new things won't fly at all. This guy's flaps have decided to stop working. I mean, he flies okay still, but my glasses are steaming up, so I don't know. Just not having a very good morning. Okay, I've wiped myself off with a towel and put some bug repellent on in the hope that this may help with the visibility and bug problems. You know, trying to keep my glasses from fogging up. And I'm going to have one more try. I've got the last little, This is my little UMX J3 Cub on floats. One of my favourite little planes. It's the only other thing I brought out this morning. I brought the two new things and the, which won't, neither of which will fly, and the bigger, the Super Cub. Okay. So the rates on this guy are fairly high.
No rates.
We're probably fine with low rates on this guy.
Throttle cut off.
Famous last ones. We've got to get him moving across the grass. Just got to get his floats moving across the grass there. And the grass is a bit long, so it takes a little bit of a push to do that. Always been one of my favourite little planes, this. It is little, so it does get small if you let it get far away. It will stall. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Well, any plane will stall, of course. But you know, bug repellent doesn't seem to be keeping the bugs away very well. The bugs are still all flying around me, even though I put the bug repellent. I need to buy new bug repellent. That's from last year. Maybe it lost its strength. I keep the floats on this one all the time, simply because the only place I have to fly him is grass, and he flies off grass better with the floats than he does with wheels. Well, he won't fly off grass with the wheels. He can't move at all with his wheels. Well, I mean, maybe you could put some kind of tundra tires on the timber. The new UMX timber will fly off the grass with its wheels because it has those big tundras. But this guy, I think I did even try and put some slightly bigger wheels on, but I could never get him to take off the grass. You can see he was barely taking off there with the floats. And then when he lands on the grass with the wheels, he just tips over every time because the wheels snag in the grass. So it's not very productive having wheels on him on the grass, so he's much better off with floats. He will land and take off on the grass with floats. We'll land him and see. And I've flown him on water a number of times as well. I don't get any habitual chance to fly him on water. You do have to be a little bit careful landing him, as I say, because he drops a wing fairly... I'm not finished with him, I just wanted to practice a landing. He drops a wing fairly severely when he stalls, so you kind of have to fly him into the ground, not cut the power, because if you cut the power too much, he'll drop a wing, and that's not nice when you're near the ground. So let's see if we can get him back up again. It's a bit hard, just a little hard to get him. You just got to get him moving over the grass. Once he's moving, he'll take off. But you know, obviously, the motor, putting power on the motor, does tend to dig the front of the floats into the grass naturally.
Mid-rate.
The rates on this are quite high, actually. For some reason, he has quite big throws. Untidy maneuver there, I'm rusty.
Time remaining, 4 minutes.
I was aiming for an Immelman turn there, but I did not do it very well. I did both bits of it, but they weren't coordinated. Let's just do a straightforward loop for a minute. He'll almost, I mean, that wasn't even by any means full throw. He'll do a total somersault in the air if you give him full throw, but I don't want to. Yeah, that was a tidier Immelman, wasn't it? It wasn't perfect, but that wasn't a bad Immelman. It was a lot tidier than the first attempt. Oh dear, sorry, it's hot. Although I'm doing better than I was with the previous plane.
Time remaining.
The wiping myself off and putting some bug repellent on has helped a bit, although it hasn't completely solved the problems of heat and bugs. But also I think a tiny bit of wind is getting up now, which is, you know, is not necessarily the best thing for flying, but it's only a little bit, and it helps in terms of being stifling. When it's, you know, when there's absolutely no wind and it's hot and humid, it's really kind of stifling. You know, you just feel as if you're being smothered under a wet blanket. But you get a little bit of air movement and it's a lot more comfortable. Yeah, not very good. Not really doing precisely what I mean to. I'm sort of doing what I mean to. It's about time. The battery's getting low as well.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
I don't know. Cut power too much there. Kind of stalled off a bit at the top. Yeah, we'd better be thinking of coming in for a final landing here, I think. Bring him down gently. But as I say, not too gently, because if you bring him down too gently, he will stall, and that is, his stall is not very pretty.
Throttle cut on.
His stall is not very pretty. He does tend to drop a wing fairly sharply when he stalls, which is no big problem if he's high, but you know, if you're just above the ground, that could be a problem. That's the AS3X. Doesn't have any, what do you call it, safe stabilization, this guy, but he does have AS3X to resist wind, to auto-correct for uncommanded tilts and whatever. Well, he's the only one that flew without any problems. The new things wouldn't fly at all, and this guy, for some reason, his flaps just seem to have completely stopped working. I don't know whether the servos died or what the heck's happened. Anyway, but he flies okay now. The flaps doesn't really need the flaps. They're optional. They don't even come installed. I installed them. I cut them out and installed them when I bought him. But they've always worked until now. Anyway, there you go. Enough for today. Disappointed the new stuff doesn't work. We'll have to see what we can do. Have to have him apart and try and see why the flaps are not working.